You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
We dey look for the news we dey around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, hey. Voices come. Hey, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. Make you call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, voices come. Hey, yeah, give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer.
The woman and they rise, they come into politics, into decision making, but then they get some stereotypes, then they get lack of support and all. Where they bring this edition of Woman and Voice Council now today, Mina Fudea to Woliko. And don't forget to say this program they in partnership with Saint Salon. Under the More Than a Woman project where the Embassy of Ireland and Salon they support. Where the Embassy of Ireland and Salon they support. Well, as always I don't say concerning women in politics, women in leadership, for help me unpack all of them things there. So today at the studio, I get with me somebody where they come help we for talk on them here. So today, I get with me at the studio, Aminata S. Conte, we na the founder and coordinator of Glowing Embers Network. Aminata, good afternoon. Welcome to another inspiring edition of Woman and Voice.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and thanks for having me here.
Okay, Fambulem. So yourself can be part of the program by way where you go send you text message to the number 074 200 545, or you can also send you comments now all we other social media handles them Facebook, YouTube, and any where they watch we from. So Aminata, for start with, so you can tell we what in mental health mean to you, especially in the context of leadership and politics.
Thanks again. I begin my leadership journey in 2017. I got the vision for establish Glowing Embers Network, and Glowing Embers Network now an organization we don't in existence for over 8 years, and we geared towards promoting mental health awareness, access to mental wellness services for girls and young women, especially in deprived communities. So we understand that there's been a lot of push for empowerment, for self-development, for access to services, access to spaces for girls and young women. But one important thing where we notice as at the start of we organization are that people not be they really consider the mental state of these girls. So simply means how then they feel, what they think about themselves, what are the things that they happen around them, where they affect their confidence level, the way they perceive things, the way they relate with things. And then it's dawned on us that it's one thing for push them, especially girl picking there, for be empowered, for be self-developed, but it's a whole different thing for know where their mind is, for know if their mind and mental is stable, for know if they get the capacity for even see these opportunities and go for them, or even at that point, so they even believe in themselves enough for once for see these opportunities and leverage them. So that's why we went into mental health push, especially in our own empowerment journey. So for we, simply put, it's a state where the way you feel, the way you relate with yourself, the way you relate with other people stable to a point that you feelings not they negatively impact you output, you efficiency, or how you they relate with external factors around you.
Okay, I mean, so why you think say the conversation around mental health and considered sensitive or even stigmatized in the society?
So firstly, it's because there's not been, I mean, thankfully now, there's a whole lot of progress for the past 3-4 years, because now it's easy for me to even deny space like this and sit down and talk about mental health. There was a time when people don't even want to talk about time because the whole stigma was not create conversation, and they begin to talk about mental health awareness, you begin push up mental health services. I'm don't crease, or I'm in posturace I don't crease, or in party don't crease. You understand? So because of the stigma will be there around that make even the conversation that be a taboo. Except now we thankfully we get a lot of people they talk about how they talk about them because it's real. It's as important as any physical health. Like how you go get malaria and lay down, you know, you grab, you know, you go no side, you the turn, you go on the sand, you go feel for faint. It's the same way when you're mentally unstable, when you're mentally unwell. You know, for talk to people on some days, it depending on which of the mental illnesses you suffer from. You know, for go out on Sunday, you know, for see nobody. There are times when people they get depressed and they lock themselves and they even go as fast committing suicide. It's that serious. So as much as they get these conversations about all these other types of physical illnesses, so much so we should also talk about mental illnesses because they are there. There are a lot of stressors. There are a lot of factors every day where we see where they push people into mental unwell state.
So to the people where even they face mental health, they afraid for come out and talk like they nobody meet people but now we see say like
yes.
Now we see say that the conversation they
like, not just because they be afraid, because it also they not be people, most people don't be understand what's it for communicate, because the education not be there better. So if you just start like the way I see to us, I took the private to us where I be there from 5 SS2, right? My late papa insists that I for go for him, and I take him. I pass almost all the other subjects. I fail maths. First of all, me not be sabi maths. Me no know me my papa be just tower. Me not be sabi maths. Then I go sit to us, government to us, and I pass about 6 of the subjects, 6 of the 9 or 7. Then I fail maths and biology. And then imagine them puts me all kind lesson. Me papa be the puts me down and study me, and I still fail. And then most of me didn't pass. And I was depressed, like, I'm a full person, man. You understand? So, but how for communicate standing? Because I don't understand there was something called depression. Because the education not be there, the awareness not be there. So not just that people be afraid for talk, but also not be waiting for say how for communicate for make people understand. I think also that in another reason why the conversations are not be the day a lot. Because people didn't know how to relay or to express how they were feeling.
So how you would describe the current mental health awareness among women in leadership now, Salone or in Africa at large?
Like I said, thankfully there has been a lot of conversations now. The Ministry of Health for the past 3, 4, 5 years even, because we organization don't they partner with we're part of the National Steering Committee for mental health. Now we seated in the ministry. So now there's a lot of things, policies and they wait and we don't push, or they even try for review, or they push for you get the mental health strategy, you get even the KISI psychiatric hospital where they just renovate not too long ago, change the name, you know, because of the stigma, and then bring in more facilities. Now there are a lot of mental health nurses as opposed to before now. I think we get like 2 doctors now. That was time when I was just one green doctor. We all would be just not Dr. Naim. If he's not around, then that's it. But now we have 2. We have about 8 doctors in training. I'm not too sure the perfect way for Putam. But then a lot of also mental health nurses, there are foundations, organizations that they get the conversations now. So UMAN them, not just UMAN in politics, but UMAN them now the country don't the hear bodies, young, middle-aged, even the aged, they don't hear bodies, they don't talk about this and the conversation, they don't be a whole lot easier. And even outside salon, as recent as last year, be they Kenya for one, I go graduate and I go some other couple of things. And then 2 of the events where I attend, there were sessions on mental health awareness. I was quite impressed. I mean, of course, like, not just as alone, no forget the conversation, you know, but the fact that people actually set aside sessions now for mental wellness, like, that is quite laudable. Just last week, there was a fellowship training where they go on, and then it was about a 3 days training, and I was consulted for get a session with the participants on mental health awareness and emotional well-being. You know, so just knowing that the conversations they now, not just in politics or in leadership positions, but like it's around, it's almost everywhere. Like people, they say a lot of mental health conversations, like mental wellness conversations in our way. That's a very big push. That's a very great push.
Wow. So women in politics often they face double standards and unique pressure. So how does this constant scrutiny affect the mental well-being?
When I was reached out to for this topic, I smiled because I was like, women in politics in Sierra Leone. For that, firstly, you know, UMAN, like that comes with its own stress, and then you go into politics. In we community, a community where we still grapple with letting women lead. You know, just, I mean, there's been a lot of progress, the Jury Act, a lot of times I don't know how they see where woman in the lead, but then we still get some areas them where we get for work on. So for being a woman and then you venture into politics, where most people still feel it's a male-dominated field, where people still feel it's a male space, it's not a space for women, and then in this way culture, in this way society, it comes with a whole lot of things.
You need to forget it thick skin.
You need to forget a thick skin. You need it firstly comes with cognitive reframing. When we say like you come and say, first of all, why don't I so like I want for dinner here. I belong here. I have a space here. I have a place here. Like you get for first the car with that kind of mindset, see. Because every other thing we want for send you away. We want for push you. We want for you woman who that one can talk to, who that one can do before. But then thankfully we get women right now in politics. We're ready for make things happen. We're ready for shake if needed for shake. We're ready for just stand and be there. They're ready for be present. They're ready for be visible. So that's quite laudable.
Okay, so waiting are some of the common mental or emotional challenges women then within leadership they go through.
Firstly, it's gender expectations. Within our society, still there's a lot of progress, but we also get a lot for do. Within our society, as long as you're not woman, there are certain expectations. There are certain things that you should do. There are certain things that you should not do. So the moment you want for them, when it comes to leadership, leadership no gender sensitive. Leadership gets in roles where you na man or you na woman or whatever or you get for do. So look the role send for make you do look your responsibilities. And this is you as a woman. This na society way they look you say, now you they can't control, now you they can't day before, now you they can't sharp your voice so, now you they can't tell me what thing for do, now you they can't dictate how for do this. So you have all of those expectations. I think that we also as woman, oh no, you know for talk too loudly, oh no, if you didn't have Southside man and everything the man then say 9 for stick, even if it's wrong, or you know, woman, you know, this, you know, that, you know, for too wait, you know, for too tower, you know, for be too insistent. So you have all of those things that you have to deal with. And then we also come to another important time in our work-life balance. Me, I do a lot of things. In all of those, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter. So what I don't do, always I don't do all day. So say I do go na tongue and in the middle of work, I go see person in the cell planting. Almost be planting 50,000. Yeah, carry 2 pack for me. And in the middle of work. So say I go run for go a meeting. And I see something, oh, I need this now. Oh, me picking need this. Oh, me picking up for go school na money in cheese ball done. Oh, me picking up for this. And like, for example, for me, my husband not the tongue right now. He's away. So I mean, most of the physical coordination and this, it then I mean aid. You get. So and then I have to work. Let's say I'm a woman in the political space. I get me meetings, you know what, all the things politics bring. Let's say in an election period, the demand extremely high, me present, me time, resources, there are a lot of things where the space they require of me. And then I also have to get home on time. I go make sure I check my picking in book. We go for go write 0, 1, 2, 3. We still learn with ABCs, you know. And then I also have a mother who go call me, oh, I this, oh, do dandy, oh, check with this your uncle, or check with this dandy, or check with dandy. I'm also a wife. My man go call me, oh, you know, we need to talk about this investment, this here, so what you think, what you know, you know, so I have all of those things. And then everybody expects me to show up. Like I go for show up and I go for show up and I go for show up and so then I mean, it's just that times they can just make some people crash. Like so woman can just crash. And then there are a lot of other things. We also get public scrutiny. Within a society where as first you know woman, that is just enough for make people just want to stress you.
Sometimes not even woman themselves they fet woman them back.
Well, that's another conversation. That's something that I feel a lot of men have been pushing for make it look like so not like we self. Because man they fet woman, woman they fet woman, woman they fet man, man they fet man. You see, there are times when a man and man are in the scatter one whole office that they affect themselves. Same way you go see when a woman, it has nothing to do with gender, it has everything to do with personalities. So there are times when personality go clash, may go there, so 2 years, no one they make plaba, it happens. Yeah. But one man go kind say, oh, sister, wait make this sanitizer then push and go so, they'll begin make plaba. So it happens, well, we can also flip the coin when it comes to that day. So back to what they say about public scrutiny. There are times where, okay, I'm 30 years old. Means I don't live 29 years of my life. Means I don't make mistakes. Means I don't do things that I shouldn't have done. Means whilst I learn, whilst I evolve, there are things that I get involved with where I didn't know any better. Means say I don't step on toes where now, I mean, I might never be able to revive some of those relationships. But if I can, I would. You know, there are a lot of things that are going to happen. And then after 30, I go to my pen and say, oh, I want to be president. Aminata, we go on the world. Not tell me not talk this stuff. Aminata, when I be the thoughts na poda, we put 500 leons, we go na out, and then people could just begin bring up things. People could just begin carry things, then probably unearth things. Or just to come, no, it's not too tall, it's not too bump, it's not too yellow, it's not too black, and then begin try for dent your self-esteem. Try for dent your self-respect, even taking it out of politics, even leadership roles. Let's say I can head Liberty TV. Where na one can that suits the way it gets. Or when in this, they begin a online bullying, we see how the social media, especially in this country, even though lost them for that day, we see people who can write some kind of article saying thoughts, saying opinion, put something out about you. Tell you can recover your name or can say no, not to me, or can pull you aid or can wait things that don't be spread about you. So those are the most common things. And then of course they come to cultural barriers where I mean there are laws. You get the one way this, and they also have these traditional practices where there are times where they don't bend for anything or anyone. We still get side away as woman, you know, go be chief. We still get side away, go 10, as some kind side you go stop, as long as you're not woman. So you go don't try, you don't make all kind of effort, you might even be the best for the role, you might even be the person who carry with our community they together, you might even be the already sense and the resources for get it done, but you're expected to be under a man. So we have all of these things the way they really push woman them into mental health issues.
So you think say women them when they into politics they receive enough emotional or institutional support for maintain their career?
Thankfully we get the jury bill where yes, Women's Empowerment Act, we go a very long way for protect women them in and outside political rooms, in and outside leadership positions, even women they sell na streets, even women na cleaner na office, because they even give institutions and quota we cut across all Malek, nobody knows supposed to be above than they. So that's a be very big push. I remember we one of the consultants and during some of the meetings and it was quite impressive for the part of Dande. But then also I think we go for try for begin narrow and down to institutional levels, because as much as we have like these overarching policies we as a nation, as a country, for protect women from these mental bullies and all them things and the emotional bullies and all, but then institutionally I feel like, for example, we are here at Liberty, right? Using it so as an example, you get the SOP, what's in the guide this institution, what's in the regulate this institution. Institutions therefore type of be sensitive and intentional about including policies where they protect the mental health status of the staff them, especially women them. Women say harassment, bully, provocation, all the small thing in the way go send people in a mentally unstable state for be clearly stated. Political parties also get to be intentional about protecting their women. I mean, we all understand the realities, looking at the context of the culture, the society where we function. So I would also prefer that political parties they be intentional about putting laws, bylaws, or whatever type of laws where they govern them party them say we women therefore be protected, we women should not be up for public scrutiny, we women are not for the up for being embarrassed, they're not for the up for being bullied, they're not for the up for being I mean not the regular political conversations or banters or oh I disagree with you, not to that. I mean that's done in our politics. When it's time for function in that as a politician, that you function as a politician. But if we also put policies in place to protect the woman and mental health status. So if we begin now and down to these small institutions like the office, like political spaces, like in other professional settings, we'll begin be intentional about making visible and functional policies that for protect women and mental health status, then we go really escalate progress on how we don't protect women and mental health na political and leadership spaces.
So talking about it politically, we see women and they were really there into politics, but then just they don't know for the name. We need to see them they do active thing, they like how the man then they do. They're already there. We see say women and don't involve into politics lately. They recognize them in parliament, but we need to see them they show face so like how the man then they do.
Because I would say we don't come a long way from Musa we be there. Before now, we not be even see up to 5 women na parliament. So we don't at the point where we see past 5, we see past 10. That is progress. So we have to keep fighting. We have to keep pushing. It go be unfair for say they just did they know they do nothing or we know they see them. I think we all understand the reality is that they're still struggling. They still try for own. So even the quota we Jury Act provide for, not all man don't fully reach that point where it don't, as an institution, self we go say, oh, I'm proud for say I don't fulfill the jury requirements. We normal now, we don't see people intentionally they hire more women. So it's progress and it's also process. With time, we will get more women that will be very vibrant, but we not get dull women them. We not get dull women in the political space. Look with First Lady. You go see First Lady say dull. Hey, not dull. You know, sort of person, you go kind and say make so. Both political parties we get women the way they come out, they speak out. Look like Madam Sylvia Blyden. Madam Sylvia Blyden, you do something today, they can't tomorrow. They can't say you. Now so you do me, now so you do me, now this you do, now this you do, now that they will do. We get a lot of women then parliament where they head units where they push for things. They're like that like a lot of things and they happen. It's still male dominated. We not reach it equality. It's still very much male than female, but there is progress and it's still a process. If we talk about representation and seeing them, right? It's not easy. To be honest, it's not easy. But we go get there.
So how important is mentorship or sisterhood in women leaders helping one another to cope with stress and this burnout?
So back to Glowing Embers Network. I remember where we start. When I got the vision and I would reach out to few people that I know, I'm like, oh, I want to do this there. One of the things I got from almost all the people that I reach out to, we start before get the first meeting. They're like, oh, I think myself I really want something where I also deal with people who understand how I feel. We should not downplay the importance of sisterhood. We not for downplay the importance of mentorship. Me, extremely grateful to my parents. Firstly, the grace of God will now keep me up to this point. Extremely grateful for my parents, but most of who I am, I got it from mentorship. I stood and I'm still standing on the shoulders of a lot of women. I lost my papa 10 years ago. I was 20. It's been 10 years. Papa no do for Allah. That's the time where just after Papa died, you know, Mama himself be day down, you know, be really gets that kind of energy day for one after week for this. So it's been women who've been carrying me. I get people who are extremely accountable to at this my very old age. I post something on social media, I get to that, go see what you post so. We still begin posting kind of thing. At this my very ripe age. I get some people if I plant with some kind blonde hair and jump on a street on a Monday, we're supposed to go a meeting. Wait up for me, okay, you don't begin waiting do you at this age. So just having that, I also get people that we don't call me into opportunities. We don't call me say, come look, I make money. Kale, we can work. Can they so? There have been those people whom we are confused, we are doubts, we now just me one, and they won't go to and go talk to. So when I look at Glowing Embers, I don't just see the fact that we go out and do donations, or where we can buy things and go shape, or we can get to events and we all come and gladdy and dance and all. It's a community. It's the power of just being together, just understanding ourselves, just sharing our experiences, talking about our struggles, talking about our coping mechanisms. Because at times, the person will say, you know, it's in like me, they tell me this may happen to me, now this I be do. And they'll tell me, it might not be even good day. I mean, hearts not be even good. They say, you know, rather than this, you don't, they grumble, they stress. How about you do this? How about you reach out to this? Or how about, you know, and I got that from community, from mentorship. So it's overly important. Women in political spaces, we need a community where they come together, we just talk within our issues, within our struggles, and also together we find solutions. Because of course, two better heads are better than one. So rather than we all go and suffer silently, or we within leadership positions with experience, or as doing this suffer, I get one me very close party, Umusal. Oh, Dr. Umusal, because I just remember if he be there, I go say, you know, must see as I spend for this title. So yes, Umusal. Nana the CEO for Friends in Network. I know I met Umu through advocacy, to share the struggles. That the time when I be get an event, almost be get an event, be asked for something, I be asked for something, they'll go meet up to one person, go ask the same person for something. But like, oh, this one that lady self asked me for something similar, and then the person connects to me, and we're like, oh, then when get solution, he call me. You know what I mean? I think say this, me self call her, oh, and then we became friends for over 4 years. We don't be very, very good friends. And then because we meet, we understand ourselves, we share our experiences and we struggles, and we build a relationship where we support each other. I don't know Umu na school, and me and Umu not go same college, me and Umu not family by blood, but now we're sisters by passion. So that is not just the powerful things that we can come out of supportive communities and impactful mentorships.
So plenty people in this see mental health struggle as weakness. How women in leadership they help for change this narrative?
Yes, because firstly, plenty people see I'm as weakness because we're still having the conversations on awareness and education. But women in leadership, thankfully we don't go far in being aware, we don't go far in gaining knowledge and even seeking information. It's on us to communicate, it's on us to educate, and it's on us for pass it on and for pass it forward. We mean say me being the CEO or the MD, or even if I'm the HR here, I will make sure say in we company policies we include mental health support, mental health awareness, mental health services as at an institutional basis. Woman and the lead we not then at the corporate world. You get market woman them. We in a leader. Get cheerleader.
Yeah.
Where you know they cross big markets, so you not go cross Coco market if you not cross the cheerleader. So instead of a leader in your space, so instead get the responsibility for make sure say person not go just can't cost this person so no more. In fact, we they see oh there's even institutions and they then get lost there.
Yeah.
Where they protect themselves. We don't just can't see woman you slap her, or so you not sabi nothing, or no you not get rights for sell na ya, or no push it in and so you forgot so. So even in those small spaces, it's how we make sure our policies, our laws protect ourselves as women. It's also how we support ourselves. We did it for ourselves because nobody don't understand we struggle to reach we serve. It's also how we intentionally create a community where we share strength, where we draw strength from, where we share experiences, and where we're just extremely committed to thriving. And then also how you also lead with empathy. Because you don't just lead with all the policies on paper. It's also how you're intentionally about making sure that these policies are functional. So if one of your staff is being bullied, or if you see say one of your staff in a position where you need a break, and if you take a break from work, you deal with probably loss of a family member or some emotional struggle where they handle, or then probably a common family where because their mental health some mental health issues them way they have like family, like it's a family thing where they be passed on from one person to the other. So if you feel like it's oh this person here, so this my stuff now, this now in situation, this now in condition, you make sure say that person they not be laughed at, that person they not be ridiculed, and also how you can able create a supportive space for where it go they enable function and able thrive.
Okay, so as a public figure, how women leader them for speak about mental health without they not say they're unfit for leadership?
So back to education, but then also cognitive reframing. Because man go speak about mental health. Enough will be a problem. Why woman for talk about and this na stress, you go don't stress so. oh, this not man stress he gets so. So one thing when me do in my journey was to beat shame. The first thing I do, I beat shame. When people, because I studied social work for my first degree, and mental health was just a module for me until my papa died, and then I went into a state of depression for about a year. Try to get myself together, begin to take aim, but probably the pay me school fee don't die. Not just how they can leave college, not just how they can turn drop out, not just, you know, it got so bad that, you know, begging, you know, so when they can't give money, people can't give, they tell loss for begging. Any time them they give me money, I be one bag where I be the keeper. Later they keep am for, well, all thing go down, all man don't go, so I go they pull money. For you know, like Nayana me depression for starts. Because like, hey, Papa God, Papa na if I want up to 5,000, then 10 before it become 5 million. Now Papa they give me. The badge person they just cut die, not sick, road accident, you go in okay, that's how they can't do my money. You go then call on and say he don't die. They begin like your whole life change in a second. I begin thinking, say, hey, if I need 5,000, I would go give me. Take a cow over rabbits for pull one. We can never say this money done. Also, they come out. You understand? So when I opened Glowing Embers and I put mental health before, not just because I be want to talk about mental, because I lived it. I go through mental illness. I understand what I be depression, I be the lock. It got so bad, I not be even to go to church. I've expanded God. I thought, Papa, boy, you know how they try. And they pray, I can fast, they make me Papa die. You understand? Like it was terrible. So I begin talk about mental health awareness. When I begin, I'm for me Papa die. Now you not being safe again. Now so cool. I can't tell you my story. So I made sure wherever I go, I tell my story. I tell my truth. I went through it. I was down. It took the grace of God and a very supportive community for get me out of them. So the moment you beat shame, because I want to then use for put UMAN and don't for silence. UMAN, oh, man don't left her. Now I don't begin to talk about depression. Yes, my man left me. Now for talk about depression because I go through them and know what it feel like. And when they talk to you, I know they just talk paper and they talk experience. Oh, in boss sacker, now I don't begin to talk about workplace ethics and professionalism. Yes, my boss sack me. I made a mistake. I go through her. Now I don't come out of her. And now for me, I learn from my experience. So when you put an account with it, people know they can't begin shame you or bang at you. Now they want for listen because they know say, okay, this person know they just talk definition, they talk experience. Right, so I think the one thing I always had a bit shame, tell you truth, own your story, and realize how powerful your story and your voice be. Then you can talk about mental health issues wherever you can advocate for services, and people don't get nothing for say we go like hip on your shoulder or hip on your self-esteem.
So what are the personal lessons that we learn about balancing and personal well-being with professional and public responsibilities?
I tell you, yesterday Monday, right? Yeah. Yesterday morning, Monday. So I got one work for me, boss. I forbid on Friday. But I go work Friday morning and then I get a call to say me auntie die in the morning. That was the thought. I tell my boss say I cannot be in the right frame for work. I become my mama and sister. And a couple hours later, then call me back say my mother-in-law and sister back die. Like same day. Now take me bag, now go meet my boss. I say I need for go near family. I don't want for day at this office, I don't want for day. Like I don't able to do nothing, I just want for go. Like I just need to take a break from all. And she understood. Thankful I get a very understanding boss. Like you just say, well, I'm ready for do okay, so I wonder why they doing work. If I'm not ready for do now, I go on after 2 days. But when ready, you go do it. So we get that kind of relationship. So I take my bag and go. Then I can office Monday. And one my colleague gonna be in our office Friday. We not be no like say I be burying them and I be for left alley and not be work Friday. Yesterday, Ami, you know if you get this work for submit Friday, you don't submit and I say no. What you cannot submit it, you know say it need for done. So myself go able to use the other like whatever would they use. Myself go able to use that. I say, Mama, I say right now it's this so I don't compartmentalize all the now I boss me big laugh. Now I say that you best English this when okay want do it you for do. So my point why they make is that I am a professional when it comes to compartmentalizing. I they prioritize. I say okay, this interview na 12 to 1. Whatever they do for end 11:30. I dey run go me interview. 1 o'clock, I left here 1 o'clock. Next 15 minutes, I don't reach my office. I get another meeting 1:30. So before they come, I be don't note in talking points. I don't put sand on. So as I reach there, I know that than therefore do. Life is not always A to Z. Then go the way you don't get all the plan, things will happen. But that's where the balance comes in. And that case don't say, okay, I don't plan say I for do this. Now this don't can happen. This don't can pull me plan. This don't can. Then I take a step back, I reassess. So with all these new things the way they happen, which one are the most important? Which one can wait? Which one I can able to talk to Khadija, say Khadija, this interview, we will go for push-am, if need be. Which one are the one way no, let's do this, then accommodate and go on this. So that's how I've been operating. I know some people in at school till 3. 3 o'clock on the dot, they call me in house. You don't reach na school, yes. Okay, the driver did yes. Oh, na go now. I don't settle down there. You know, they take me 3 minutes for fix down there. I know say every 3 o'clock I for making a call day for be sure. Morning I know say 8 or reach na school. Times in between I can call the teacher so that for just check. In the middle of that day I have work. Out of work I get me organization why they run. So I know say okay, I know they do me organization work every day. Not to me one day, not to me one day do the work. Like times I just need for supervise. So even if I will just check on you, hey, you don't get this done, I can just send a message. The one thing we I try for beats na procrastination. Because procrastination be the hits me time, be the delay me, be the make I lose a lot of opportunities. So I can train myself with so much pain. I teach myself say if I should send a voice note and it costs me mine, I do am immediately. If I for send message, say, oh, can we move this interview in the next 30 minutes? I do and want him because something else will happen. Then I not move on. Then I also don't know they wait for me. Then I not come on time. They look like me as some very unserious person. So just getting down the compartmentalizing your relationships, your activities, prioritizing what comes first, who comes first, what can wait, what can't wait, and then also delegating. Because then you tire, you're exhausted. You're not able, you're down. Tell the way you need a break, you need holiday, you need vacation, you need you waiting. So then you get, if not colleague in our office, you say, no waiting, you can't help me with this, or you do this, or you tell your boss, you know waiting, I think this, let me and this person do this, I can do this part, and do this part. I know you get the full capacity for handle all of this. You can for also know, so you're not more man. Like, you not can for save the one no world. You can for do the best that you could. Also not mean say you for be lazy or for give a lot of excuses. It's also being self-aware, knowing when you need a break, knowing when to take a break, and knowing when to not take a break.
So also where the media for play in reshaping when women then leader where they face mental health and how society they see them.
So the media are one of the most powerful tools when it comes to information, when it comes to mental stability, even with who they think as a country. Imagine if all radio station waking up morning, hey, this one not master and also anything can happen. Mama, the one no country don't turn over. Just because one radio station say, hey, una take 10 more. So because of that kind of power we una gets as people in the media. Imagine una kind they say, oh, we for be very careful and conscious about mental health status. We for know we triggers, know we stressors, know when for take a break. We for end the stigma on mental health. Imagine una begin communicate than they when I begin pass than they on. The same effect we see don't also anything can happen they get. Now the same effect they get. We begin talk about the things like conversations like these.
Yeah.
Like then talk there so we me I used to don't talk so now. 1 or 2 people go must hear you want to think, oh I relate to this, oh yeah, this is not true, oh yes, we can do this, oh yes, I can take this up. So it's how you communicate it, how you push it, and also the picture when the media they portray. If the media push stigma around mental health issues, what we would know as a country is stigma around mental health issues. You go to social media, go begin write say, do you have anybody who get mental health issue that Christmas? Yeah. Just forget about time, just write her off. Then so that's a liberty, then they call them Christmas. Not also this other TV station back we say this radio self to yeah about that and then at Christmas and then now that they don't go out. So it's how una self can be intentional about pushing a positive narrative and making it look like, nah, it's not a bad thing. It's just like it's a status, it's a condition, and it can also be healed. Like I would drink Ulocomal for your malaria. You get the clinical side of mental health issues. You get the psychological side. You get some people waiting they on medicine because of their depression. They get the antidepressants. They get some people where the only thing they need are counseling, therapy, engagement for make them get better.
So you don't say we're into this. Man then they come in for help support. Man then they come, they help woman then.
Yes, like for example, we first event where we do Natoma, not like 7 years ago, when I be mental health for young people, that be the global theme. We begin man them, we be attend. There are times we can get some of we sessions them. Now we communities, we can talk about some of the issues that we move, push some of them picking it into mental health issues like abuse, sexual abuse, sexual harassment. So for them community engagements, and we get stakeholders the way na man them, we can be present. There are times where, even if it's not a physical presence support, there are times we can get activities, we can do call for donations, we can get call for activities, we got people away, go donate money, we go donate things, they'll say, oh, let's support you now in this project, let's support that way na man them. So the conversation not just limited to UMAN. For example, this weekend we try for launch a global counselor project where we want to get counselors in schools. Like guidance counselors, mental health counselors and schools them. We're going to talk to begin and engage them and also identify mental health issues. It's one of them picking there. So relay and we try for partner with 1-2 other organizations the way they offer professional services. So imagine for the launch of a program like Dandy, we need laptops, we need tablets, we go for do data collection, then we like for be then counselors there. We go on for see if it's possible for getting stipends. Like it's a whole lot of things. So not to just man them can support we get man the way. Also they in the field where they talk about them, man or they work for girl picking, they work with girl picking them, where they support girl picking them. So yes, the conversation can include man them.
So also if you say the homes and communities go help for better mental health, because it's very important to say person day.
The conversations, it's ending the stigma, it's not discriminating people with mental health issues, it's acceptance, it's support, it's presence, it's resources, it's knowing that all this may begin look they get a condition and knowing say I can't go hospital, I for make it seek professional help, I for ready for putting me money, I for willing for show up. It's communities not saying, oh I'm in ata, now this they do for me my padai, they wear fine clothes safe, they ironing clothes, it's ending stigma. They are where they can so they not can talk nonsense, can jam me market. Then they they think fine, they this. It's support. It's just us accepting. Nobody know the way they go buy a mental health issue. Nobody know the way they go put being insane and being insane. Then you go pick insanity with the correct sense. Nobody now for then I state where you are losing your mind. Nobody know they intentionally do them. And there's a very thin line between me mentally stable and mentally unstable. Small thing and go happen. We will change person in life forever. So we are not immune. None of we not immune. Like me and Papa wave go, I can't tomorrow, I go upline, I can't tomorrow, and never come again. That was a very thin line. Something as simple as 1 hour apart, the next thing I call will change my life forever. And I don't be ever they prepare or get me says, oh Papa go die. That's all I think go happen. Monday I go to wear yellow. Tuesday I go to wear pink. No, I don't be ever plan for that. And it's happened. It can happen to anybody. So man, not to death of our parents. It can be loss of a job. It can be issues in a college. It can be the past. God forbid something happen and can't get down at all. You can't get problem. The rest of your life and that problem you get for the defend. God forbid. So it can happen to anybody. We're not immune to them.
So finally, waiting at the message you get for young women the way they're afraid for coming to politics because of emotional toll.
Afraid for coming to politics because If young women are not going into politics, who are they go fight for the woman there? We get man there, we don't do very well. But truth be told, we need more women. It just feel by far they talk right now about menstrual pain. Man go understand. Yeah, mommy, wherefore I begin. My God, that then bele go at go whole na grown. Man and they were extremely supportive during that. The man and the way they push sexual reproductive health and rights and menstrual dignity and all. But to God, if I look you and say, me better that.
Understand.
You know what they talk. If I tell you, say, me cramps, they mourn me. If you say, me pass me now, I say, mama, me cramps. You know what I talk. So there are times where it's people who can relate to these things, not them for the day. So if me or you not go there, if we all say we not go there, who da go there? Who da go there? Who da go talk for we? Who da go team up for we? Who da go say, not so. Who da go do am? Everybody not go run go there. But we need woman there. We go there. We go there with so much faith. We go there with, because me, I'm a Christian, I can always say anything but me, now God. The grace of God, my prayers, my faith, I know they joke with Andy, with coming with everything else. But then also it's it's the intention. It's you wanting genuine change. It's you for making sure that people and they will go team up for girl picking them, for woman them, for fights for them, for protect them. We talk about abuse, we talk about harassment. You go understand better. So we need people who understand better.
Well, thank you for watching till this time. That the voice of Aminata S. Conte, the founder and coordinator for Glowing Embers Network. Till next week, Asita Taimina Fudea to Becky Woliko.
Surprise on the
We dey look for the news we dey around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Voices down. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow.